As organizations grow in age, they move through key stages of company development. At each stage, there are predictable problems, life lessons that must be overcome before moving to the next level. Avoiding these problems is not an option. However, being able to predict them will help management to attack them rather than attacking each other. In this segment, we cover the key stages of growing organizations. We explain how they behave in this stage and what is the biggest impediment for healthy growth. It will help you visualize what could happen to you and draw your own conclusions of what to do next. So before we move on to talking about Flickr, it might be beneficial to clarify why we've used the fire analogy. We believe fire behaves like companies. Unless it's fueled and maintained, it dies. So what's typical of Flickr organization? They're opportunity-led, action-oriented, very focused. Cash comes from external sources such as the founder, friends and family, or by chasing any or all sales opportunities. The leadership style is decisive, fair, and very focused. To validate your product or service, prove that there is a market for it, and to do beta testing so you can complete the development of the product. Beware that failing to land key accounts will result in developing abnormal problems such as cash starvation, emotional collapse of the founder, or loss of financial backing by financial institutions. So once everything stabilizes, the suppliers, their repeat orders, the cash flow is positive, then the organization is ready to move to the next level, the sparks. Sparks companies are externally focused on market share. They're still trying to validate their position in the market. This is exactly the time though when leadership should be inward focused on building infrastructure. Sparks companies are organized around people and projects. Reporting lines are very unclear and confusing. The org chart is full of dotted lines. The leader surrounds himself with yes men, cheering him in admiration. It is crisis in management. Sparks companies are led by entrepreneurs with big appetite, where everything looks interesting, everything is a priority. The company starts new projects which are not necessarily linked to the core business. As a leader of Sparks company, you need to restructure the organization. We design the information system, the reward system, the hiring practices, the budgeting system, so then you're ready to move to the next level of company development, the flame. At this stage, the company is trying to be born from its founder. This is a very complicated process and it can sometimes take decades to complete. No CEO should attempt to do this on his own unless it's a new CEO. Why? Because people have been loyal for years to the founder and there is a resistance to change. Leaders of flame companies tend to be internally focused. This is due to increased complexities and internal pressures. However, this is exactly the time when they need to focus on the market and customers. The competitors are now starting to watch their moves. They're turning over 10 million, they're big enough. The customers are demanding better deals as they're giving more business. Costs start to increase faster than revenue, squeezing the profit margins. The company starts to starve for cash as the investment for R&D, training and marketing is on the rise. These problems accelerate when the company is turning over 25 and more. So as a leader, you need to maintain the value proposition, strong value proposition in order to keep the margins, and to keep the costs low, you need to streamline and automate your processes. At this stage, the company is likely to have reached 50 million and more in revenue. It has very strong position in the market and long enough experience to be able to predict its profitability and revenue in a very unpredictable market. This is a stage to be in and keep. We have developed an assessment tool to help you find out where you are. Just simply follow the link. For full diagnosis, please get in touch with our team.